Hey Virgo, your oracle card here is the unconscious, okay? This is talking about trusting your intuition even if it seems to counter some sort of reality or reasonability, etc. Very interesting because almost every reconciliation read at this point has had some card depicting instinct. So for a lot of these reconciliation reads, I feel like they're more of a clarity of what you already know or what you're already thinking or what you already feel when it comes to this other person or what you know you need to do. Maybe you're just getting some sort of clarity or some sort of reassurance that, okay, I'm on the right path, or this is what I was thinking, because the instinct cards have been crazy. While this is the first read that got the instinct card directly, or no, I'm sorry, this is the first crew that got the unconscious card. It also stands for instinct. And then I think the read before this got the actual instinct card, and 2 reads have gotten the will card, which talk about instincts as well. So this is just kind of a reassurance for several of you. Now, your heart and your head. Your head starts here and you have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is, grieving but not giving up hope. This is saying I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling lonely, or I'm feeling lost, or I'm feeling like I don't have the answers that I want or the answers that I seek. But there is potential and love in your life. So move forward with an open heart. This basically says, look, the 5 of Cups represents that sadness, that loss, that loneliness, that grief. But don't close this off entirely. Doesn't mean that the potential's not there. Doesn't mean that something couldn't come to fruition, because you definitely, in your head, you're feeling kind of that sadness. But for a lot of you, this isn't the end of the road with this person. You guys are just having either a bumpy spell or yet another bumpy spell or yet another bumpy spell, depending on your situation. And I giggle because a lot of times we go round and round, circle and circles and circles. Breaking up, making up, breaking up, making up, worrying, pondering. You get my point. Now, your heart is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very generous, somebody who has learned their lesson, but also very nurturing. And this is, talking about how bestowing that nurturing energy onto somebody, can be life-changing for you and that other person. Maybe you haven't felt that towards this person, or not that you haven't felt that towards this person, but you haven't felt the urge to act upon that generosity towards this person in a long time. And now it's saying maybe you should, because the Queen of Pentacles, really talks about veering away from closed-minded or selfish tendencies, embracing more welcoming and accepting, and having more of an acceptance. And for some of you, you're going to be like, oh, give me a break. Like, this person got themselves into this situation, and, I've been nice about it, and yes, I'm grieving, and yes, I do feel sad about it, and yes, I am looking at this open-mindedly, but at the same time, like, come on, give me a break. Like, they've had chance after chance after chance, and have chosen not to, change, how they're going about things, or change their attitude, or change how they treat me, and therefore, I'm only willing to stick it out so much. Now, on their side here, their head and their heart, their head is the Knight of Swords, and then you have the King of Swords. So what's interesting with this is the Knight of Swords is confrontation, okay? This is like they need to be careful before they act, because they have some things that they want to say, and it's almost as if you're done. You're done. This person is not, like, Virgo, feels as though you're not budging towards what this person wants, or you're not doing what this person wants, or you're not giving in once again. This is you saying, yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm feeling lonely. Yes, I'm feeling a sense of loss, but your bullshit is not something I want to put up with, which is raising their hairs big time, which is making them irritated, because again, sometimes, this is like veering up for battle. Now, it could just be a conversation, but there may be some harshness behind it. This person's really upset. I don't feel as though that you did something to upset them. I feel it's more of, and again, cross-watchers or whoever's going to get irritated, and that's fine, but it feels as more of like an immaturity of, I'm not getting my way. Virgo, you're not doing what I want, or you're not, going in the direction I want. Therefore, it's pissing me off. You're not responding the way I want, or you're not, like, they're not getting the reaction that they want out of this situation. But then you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is somebody who's very truthful, somebody who's very honest, but also somebody who, you know, is kind of like, I'm in charge here, and, you know, it's very opinionated. So in their heart, they're sitting here going, you know, I'm in the right, and this is about wrong and right, and this is about, you know, justice and truth and whatever else may go along with it. And so in their heart, they're really like, yo, bro, like pushing that, hey, you know, I'm in the right here, and you know, you should be the one apologizing, or you're not accepting my apology this time, or you don't want to like go back to this drama. And it's like, no, no. Virgo's good over here, like owning the emotion of feeling pain, or owning the emotion of feeling grief, but not being consumed by it. Now, here's the present section. In the present for you, you have Two of Cups and Eight of Discs. So you're dealing with a karmic connection or twin flame energy. The Two of Cups is, you know, that undeniable connection that is still existent. You feel it, they feel it. One of the reasons they're feeling so harsh is because you're not feeding into that connection as much as they would like you to. Therefore, they're feeling a little bit pouty about it. So the Two of Cups does talk about you guys having that connection. It's not dead in the water. There's still a potential that something could come out of it. However, the Eight of Pentacles talks about working at something. Work, very hard working. And this is the ostrich in the sand card. Ostrich with its head in the sand card to me a little bit, because whenever it comes up, especially against something like the Two of Cups, which is just unbelievable attraction and the ultimate connection, again, twin flame, soulmate energy type scenario, but you have the Eight of Pentacles next to it, which says, I'm willing to work at it, but I'm not feeding into the drama, whatever, like, this person is coming across as somebody who's throwing a hissy fit, or kind of, I'm not getting my way, or, you know, this is what I expect or demand, and you're just kind of like, no, you're not in control here. This is a give and take, and that's what, if you want to work on it, that's what I'll work on. Otherwise, I'm busy. Like, I know the connection exists, but Virgo, you're like, I'm not going to feed into that connection. I'm going to feed into other connections, work, kids, family, things that don't bring me down or aren't putting off this harsh vibe right now. Now, their present situation is Page of Wands, which is kind of contradictory to this. The Page of Wands is somebody who's trying to see things with the love and the light. So, to be fair, this person is not completely like heinous and I'm so mad, Virgo, and blah, 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 blah. But the Page of Wands is somebody, it's a spark, it's a curiosity. They're very interested in what you're up to. They're very interested in, can we get this back? You know, don't you love me, Virgo? Don't you think about me, Virgo? What have you been up to? What have you been thinking? Who are you talking to? Who are you seeing? This is somebody who could very much be, you know, checking your social media or watching what you're up to or trying to figure out what you're up to, because then you have this Five of Wands as well. And the Five of Wands is chaos, competition, priorities. This person feels as though that because maybe there's silence over here, or you're not feeding into that chaos, you're not feeding into this rah, rah, rah energy, that they're chaos here, or they're feeling a sense of competition, and yet really you're not doing much over here in the way of like trying to find the one. You know that you still have this karmic connection with this person, so it's not like you're off running around trying to find somebody, but they're feeling very insecure in this situation because they don't know, because you're not like, when they say, Virgo, what are you up to? Or Virgo, how are you doing? Or Virgo, we need to talk, and it starts getting argumentative, or it starts to get just uncomfortable. You're kind of saying, you know, when I have time, we'll sit down and talk, or when I have time, I will call you back, or when you get my point. You're like, I'm not on your time frame anymore, and they don't like that. They're having a very, very hard time with this, Virgo. Especially this Five of Wands, like I said, is that chaos, competition, priorities. They feel like they're like competing for your time, and yet they're not. They're just not getting all of your time because, God forbid, you choose to step out of the chaos and out of the drama to live a little more stress-free. Okay, now you have the future section here, and you have the Magician and the King of Cups for you. Now, the Magician is, you have the tools to do everything you want. You have the tools to make things happen. You have the tools to manifest what you want. So now's the time to use them. You may not know how to use them. You may not know exactly what you want to do in this relationship. A lot of you are probably at that precipice of, well, I know this is a karmic connection for me. I know this is somebody that I truly love. I know that, but how do I continue this when it's not working the way it's been working? And right here, it doesn't feel like a sense of they've changed their energy, or it doesn't feel the sense of they've really dispelled that anger or that need to not necessarily dominate, but like, I need answers, and what are you up to, and you know, why can't we just figure this out, and this should be your priority. And you're kind of like, you know, it's been my priority for a long time. Now I want to manifest something, you know, great in my life, whether that's you or whether that's somebody else. Now, for a lot of you, you know that you still miss this person, especially with this Two of Cups energy. You're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere necessarily. However, the King of Cups comes into play here, okay? And the King of Cups is somebody who is like, I will be patient with this situation. I will be calm with this situation, and I will take time to, you know, hear you out. And I'm not going anywhere necessarily. But the King of Cups is very, very much somebody who's like calm, cool, collected, but don't push me over the edge. And that's where you're at now, where it's just kind of like, I've been very fair in the past on a lot of this, and I've put up with a lot, but I'm not going to right now. This is like emotional control. This is you saying, again, I am not getting emotional or crazy or going through any, you know, chaos with this Five of Wands that they have here. This is you saying, I'm being practical. I've opened my heart. My heart is open, okay? I've opened my heart, and I'm showing compassion, but I am not going to let my emotions and feelings get in the way of me maintaining balance, of me maintaining happy life. So in essence, Virgo, it's about taking care of yourself, taking care of who you are, taking care of and maintaining your mental, physical, you know, spiritual health, and then, you know, inch by inch letting somebody in who can kind of cool it and see where they're going from here. Now, they have the Fool and the Ten of Wands for their future. The Fool is, you know, leap of faith, take a risk. You don't know where you're going, but you're just going. The biggest thing here with them is they know that they're going for, they want to go forward with you, okay? Virgo, like big time. But the Fool is saying that they want to take this leap of faith with you. There's a burden here, though. The Ten of Wands is burden, responsibility, a first completion. So they either need to get over themselves and realize that you're not going to answer to, you know, pouting or whining or fighting or drama or chaos or any of the above. You're ready to move forward. Again, the Fool is letting your fear go and enjoy the journey. They don't know how to do that because they're fearful that you're, again, like, they're worried that this is the nth degree with you, that you're done, that you're over this. They don't realize that if they just step into a cool, calm place, release this burden of, it has to be this way, or we need to do this, or we should be moving forward towards, you know, being in a relationship again, and, you know, I'm ready to hop right in here, and yet they can't, like, keep their cool, or it seems like they're going to blow their top every time you see them. The Ten of Wands is some sort of burden or responsibility. I don't know if that's just how they've always tended to be with you, that they've always tended to feel like it needs to move, or they need to be in control of all things. They can't just let loose, because the Ten of Wands, again, is like spreading yourself too thin and biting off more than you can chew and needing to cut off some dead weight. And so this is saying, you know, focusing on the people who really matter in your life, the people who you really care about. So maybe this person you're dealing with gets caught up in other people's drama too, or they have baby mama or baby daddy drama, or they have, you know, divorce drama, or whatever's going on. Maybe they've got a lot more going on in their package than you do at the moment. But at the end of the day, this connection is still extremely strong, and they could let go and let live. They just need to figure out how to release the burden. You're willing to still put up with listening and seeing where this could go. However, eventually you'll grow weary of doing the same thing over and over. Now, at this point, though, the connection is still there. I do feel like there's going to be at least communication that will be helpful to both of you. That will maybe give you guys a little more light or answers you're looking for. Not that you're going to jump back into something right this second, but at least having communication that makes this person feel a lot more secure and not so like crazy, and then makes you feel like, okay, I can handle this because I can take it in strides. It doesn't have to be like all or nothing, you know, like, you get my point. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.